What if the most important conversation of your entire existence hasn't happened yet? What if, at the very end of all things, you will stand not before a distant, silent judge, but before the one who knew you before you drew your first breath? And he will not read from a list of your sins. He will not play a video of your greatest failures. Instead, he will ask you just 7 questions. This is not a metaphor. This is not a comforting story told in Sunday school. What I am about to reveal to you is a deep, architectural blueprint of divine judgment, drawn directly from the most profound and often overlooked passages of Scripture. For centuries, scholars and mystics have pondered these questions, seeing in them not just a final exam, but the very keys to understanding the purpose of human life itself. The answers you formulate now, in the quiet of your heart, will determine your experience then in the unending reality of eternity. If you have ever wondered what God truly wants from you, if you've ever felt a longing for a purpose deeper than the daily grind, if you've ever been kept awake at night by the silent whisper, "What is this all for?" then what you are about to hear was meant for you. In the next hours, we will peel back the layers of cosmic history, ancient prophecy, and divine symbolism. We will connect these questions to the very fabric of the universe, to science, to patterns found in nature, and in the deepest myths of humanity. You will discover hidden meanings in the original Greek and Hebrew texts that change everything. You will see how these 7 inquiries form a perfect, complete circuit, a divine logic that exposes the very core of your soul. This is not just a sermon, this is a revelation, and it begins with a question so deceptively simple, so gentle, that its profound implications have echoed through the corridors of time since the very first dawn. The first question Jesus will ask you is one he already asked 2,000 years ago on a dusty road. He asked it of 2 men who were walking away from Jerusalem, their hearts shattered, their hopes crushed, believing that their Messiah was dead and gone. And as a mysterious stranger fell into step with them, he listened to their sorrow, and then he asked, "What are you discussing with each other as you walk along?" Seems almost casual, doesn't it? A simple invitation to share. But let's pull back the cosmic curtain on this moment. The Greek word used here for discussing is antibalo, a fascinating term that doesn't just mean to talk. It means to throw against, to exchange, or even to wrestle with. This is not a question about polite conversation. This is Jesus asking, what is the conflict raging within you? What are the arguments you are hurling back and forth in the prison of your own mind? He is creating a sacred space for your authentic state, your confusion, your doubt. He is not asking for a theological thesis. He is asking for your raw, unfiltered story. This first question is the divine acknowledgement that your journey matters, your struggles are seen, and your heart in all its brokenness is the very ground upon which he wishes to meet you. Think of the implications. The creator of the quarks and quasars, the one who set the laws of thermodynamics in motion, begins your final evaluation not with a condemnation, but with an invitation to simply talk, to unburden your soul. It reveals a God of breathtaking intimacy, but this gentle beginning is merely the opening of a doorway that leads to a second question that will pierce through all pretense and strike directly at the foundation of your identity. A question that connects to the very first question ever asked of humanity in the garden, creating a perfect, terrifying, and beautiful symmetry. For the second question pulls back another layer, moving from your internal struggle to the very source of your knowledge. He will look at you with eyes that see the countless threads of causality that led you to this very moment. And he will ask, what is this conversation you are holding with each other as you walk? Now you might think this is a repetition, but the ancient texts hide a seismic shift in focus. The emphasis here is on the source of your information. It's as if he is saying, You have told me your struggle. Now tell me, where did you get your facts? Who have you been listening to on your journey? This question forces you to audit the voices that have shaped your reality. The news media, the philosophers, the scientists, the friends, the family, the internal critic, the serpentine whispers of the age. It's a question that resonates with the very structure of human cognition. Our brains are pattern recognition machines, constantly building our worldview from sensory input. Jesus is asking you to present your data set, and this is where it connects to Eden. In the beginning, the serpent didn't just tempt Eve with the fruit. He first asked a question to shape her conversation. Did God really say? The first corruption was a corruption of information. So here, at the end, Jesus is untangling that ancient knot. He is asking you to trace back the lineage of your beliefs. It's a spiritual and almost scientific audit of your personal cosmology. But what comes next will surprise you even more, because the third question shifts from your past influences to your present perception, and it contains a mystery so profound it's woven into the DNA of every hero's journey ever told. The third question is one of heartbreaking tenderness and immense consequence. He will ask, what things? In the story of the road to Emmaus, the disciples then recounted all the events of the crucifixion, still not recognizing him. They saw the facts, but they failed to perceive the meaning. What things is a question designed to bridge the chasm between observation and revelation. It is the question a master teacher asks a student who is on the cusp of a breakthrough but cannot quite see it. Scientifically, it speaks to the difference between seeing and perceiving. Your eyes take in photons, but your brain constructs reality. Jesus is asking about your brain's construction. He is asking, in the raw data of your life, the pain, the joy, the loss, the triumph, what pattern have you discerned? Have you seen my hand in it? This is the central problem of human consciousness. We are immersed in signals, but we so often miss the message. This question connects to every mythological narrative where the hero is given a clue but fails to understand it until much later. It's the riddle of the Sphinx, the hidden map in the pirate's song, the magic word the wizard forgets to mention. Jesus is, in that moment, offering you the chance to solve the ultimate riddle of your own life, with him standing right beside you, ready to provide the key. But the key he provides is not a simple answer, it is a person. And that leads us directly into the fourth question, a question that may be the most challenging and transformative of them all, a question that has sparked wars, inspired art, and divided history itself. For after he listens to your what things, after you have laid out your understanding of the events of your life and your world, he will then ask a question that cuts to the very core of your will, your trust, and your ultimate loyalty. This is the question that was posed to Peter not once, not twice, but 3 times after the resurrection, echoing his 3 denials and completing a cycle of devastating failure and glorious redemption. Jesus will look at you, and with a love that simultaneously shatters and heals, he will ask, "Do you love me?" Now, let's descend into the incredible depth of this. The English language fails us here. In the original Greek, 2 different words for love are used. Jesus asks, "Do you agape me?" using the word for unconditional, self-sacrificial, divine love. And the wounded, humbled Peter, no longer boasting, replies, "Yes, Lord, you know I phileo you," using the word for brotherly, affectionate, friendship love. This exchange happens twice. It is a breathtaking acknowledgement of human limitation. Jesus is asking for the highest love, and Peter, now painfully aware of his own weakness, can only offer the love of which he is capable. But then, on the third asking, the text tells us Peter was grieved, and here comes the pivot that changes everything. Jesus descends to Peter's level. The third time he asks, "Do you phileo me?" He meets Peter in his brokenness. This question on Judgment Day is not a demand for perfection you could never achieve. It is an invitation into a relationship that begins exactly where you are. It is a thermodynamic principle of grace. He doesn't demand you become the sun before you can feel its warmth. He asks only that you open the window. This question dismantles the idea of a cold, transactional judgment. It reveals a God who is less interested in the volume of your love and more interested in its direction. Is your heart, in its deepest orientation, turned toward Him? But this love is not meant to be a secret kept in your heart. It is designed to be kinetic, to be energy in motion. And that is precisely what the fifth question reveals. A question that will force you to account for every resource, every talent, every breath you were ever given, and what you did with it all. Because after the matter of love is settled, the conversation turns to action. The fifth question is the great audit of your life's energy. It is drawn from the parable of the talents, a story that on the surface seems to be about money, but is in reality a cosmic lesson in entropy and investment. The master returns from his journey and sits down with his servants, and to the one who buried his single talent in the ground, he asks, "Why did you not put my money to the bank?" Let's unpack the staggering symbolism here. The money, the talent, is a symbol of your life force. It is the time, energy, intellect, resources, and unique abilities God has deposited within you. The bank represents the world, the marketplace of human need, the system of circulation where that life force can earn interest, where it can multiply through use. To bury the talent is to commit a spiritual sin against the second law of thermodynamics. Energy that is hoarded becomes useless. It degrades. The universe is designed for work, for exchange, for growth. By burying the talent, the servant was attempting to freeze a system that was designed to flow. He preferred the safety of zero over the risk of a negative, thereby guaranteeing a negative outcome. Jesus' question, why, is not a request for information. It is an invitation to defend a philosophy of fear. It forces you to confront the excuses you have lived by. I was afraid. I didn't have enough. What if I failed? This question judges not your success, but your faith expressed through effort. It asks, did you participate in the ongoing creation of the world, or did you hide from it? But this audit of our personal resources is merely the prelude to the most public and comprehensive evaluation imaginable. One that will encompass every single interaction you ever had with every single person you ever met, revealing a secret interconnection between all human souls that modern physics is only just beginning to grasp. The sixth question is the one that scales from your personal stewardship to your global human responsibility. It is the question that frames the entire scene of the sheep and the goats, a passage that has haunted and inspired saints for 2 millennia. The king will turn to those on his right and those on his left, and he will say to both the blessed and the condemned the exact same words. I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, and you did not invite me in. I needed clothes, and you did not clothe me. I was sick and in prison, and you did not look after me. Then the stunned listeners, both groups, will ask the clarifying question, Lord, when did we see you? And his response contains the ultimate revelation. Truly, I tell you, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me. This is the quantum entanglement of divine judgment. It posits a mystical, real connection between Christ and every single human being, especially the suffering. Your treatment of your fellow human is not just ethical, it is sacramental. It is literally your treatment of Christ himself. This isn't merely a spiritual idea, it echoes the philosophical concept of noosphere and the scientific understanding of a deeply interconnected universe. Your actions create ripples through the human network in ways you cannot possibly calculate. This question judges the totality of your empathy, your compassion in action. It declares that your final exam will be an open book test, and the book is the story of every human being you ever encountered. It makes every moment of your life a potential moment of worship or of sacrilege. It is a terrifying and glorious truth. But even this, the most comprehensive of the questions, is not the final one. There is a seventh and last question, one that is often overlooked. A question that brings the entire cosmic process full circle, back to a single, personal, and devastatingly direct inquiry. One that will silence every excuse and demand the ultimate confession. For the final question is the ultimate distillation of all that has come before. After the journey, after the sources, after the perception, after the love, after the stewardship, after the compassion, there is one last piercing inquiry. It is the question Jesus asked Saul on the road to Damascus as he lay blinded in the dust, his entire world shattered by a light from heaven. A voice spoke from the glory, and it asked, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" But listen closely to the question. He did not say, "Why are you persecuting my people?" or "Why are you persecuting the church?" He said, "Why are you persecuting me?" This is the final, unifying revelation. The seventh question makes explicit what the sixth question implied. Your relationship with God is inextricably fused with your relationship with humanity. Every act of kindness, every act of cruelty is done to Him. This question strips away the final layer of illusion. It forces you to confront the true target of your life's orientation. Were you, in all your thoughts, words, and deeds, for Him or against Him? There is no neutral ground. This is the question that concludes the divine interview. It brings the cosmic scale of judgment down to the intimate, first-person singular. Why are you? It is the question that demands a verdict on your verdict. It is the moment of ultimate, naked truth. And as that truth settles, as the weight of those 7 questions hangs in the air of eternity, your entire life will be seen for what it truly was. A single, sustained answer to this divine interrogation, these 7 questions. They are not a threat. They are an invitation to live your life with clarity, purpose, and without regret. They are the ultimate cheat sheet for a life well lived. And if this revelation has stirred something within you, if it has given you a new perspective, a new hope, or even a new fear that leads to life, then I have a simple request for you. The algorithm that governs this platform is a mysterious thing, but we can use it for a divine purpose. By clicking the like button, you are not just giving a thumbs up to this video. You are casting a vote for this message to be spread. You are helping this light shine further into the digital darkness, reaching a brother, a sister, a searching soul in a distant country who needs to hear this today. They might be one click away from a transformation that echoes into eternity. Subscribe to this channel, because this journey is not over. We have only just begun to scratch the surface of these cosmic mysteries. The depths of God's word are bottomless. And in the comments below, do not just write a simple thought. Write a short prayer, a prayer for wisdom, a prayer for courage, a prayer to truly understand and live by the answers to these 7 questions. Let's create a tapestry of prayer right here, a wall of faith that stands as a testament to the seeking hearts gathered in this digital space. Your like, your subscription, your prayerful comment. These are not just digital actions. In this interconnected world, they are modern acts of kindness, a way to spread God's word to the corners of the earth, to be the hands and feet of Christ in the digital realm, helping those who are hungry for truth to find their daily bread. But to truly understand the cosmic weight of that final question, why are you persecuting me? We must venture into a realm few have dared to explore. We must uncover what happens after the questions are asked. For the silence that follows your answer is not an empty void. It is a canvas upon which the entire tapestry of your existence will be projected. A revelation so staggering, it redefines the very concept of judgment itself. What comes next will reveal a hidden truth you never expected about the nature of time, consciousness, and the eternal echo of a single moment. Imagine, if you will, the last syllable of your answer fading into the absolute silence of the throne room. The questions have been posed, your responses, forged in the fires of a lifetime, now hang in the balance. But the divine courtroom does not proceed to a simple verdict of guilty or not guilty. No, what unfolds is far more profound, more terrifying, and more glorious than any earthly legal proceeding. The ancient mystics and the most cutting-edge quantum physicists hint at the same mind-shattering possibility that at the moment of final accountability, you will not be told your judgment. You will experience it through a perfect, unmediated playback of your entire life, not as a distant memory, but as a reliving from every possible perspective. This is the great unveiling, the ultimate disclosure of the interconnected web of causality your life wove. You will not only feel every joy you ever brought to another, but you will also feel the full crushing weight of every pain you ever caused, not from your own limited viewpoint, but from the perspective of the one who received it. You will feel the loneliness of the stranger you ignored, the pang of hunger of the person you walked past, the despair in the heart of the enemy you cursed, the biochemical reactions of their brains, the emotional turmoil in their souls. It will all become your own experience. This is the true meaning of whatever you did not do for one of the least of these. It was not a metaphor, it was a literal quantum entangled reality. And in that moment, the entanglement collapses and you feel the entire system. This is the final devastating consequence of the seventh question. To persecute another is to persecute Christ, because in that moment you will feel the wound you inflicted upon him through them. The story only grows darker and more mysterious from here. For this playback is not a passive movie. It is an active, participatory reality that will consume what you thought was your very self. This process, known in esoteric traditions as the opening of the Akashic records or the reading of the scroll, is described in the Book of Revelation with chilling, symbolic clarity. It speaks of books being opened and then another book, the Book of Life. The imagery is not of literal parchment and ink, but of a cosmic data stream of unimaginable complexity. Think of it as the universe's ultimate blockchain, a permanent, distributed ledger recording every thought, word, and deed, with each transaction cryptographically linked to every other. The books that are opened first are the records of your actions and their infinite ripple effects. You will see how a single word of kindness you spoke to a desperate mother on a Tuesday afternoon in 1997 altered the trajectory of her son's life, leading him to become a man who saved 100 others from a burning building. But you will also see how a moment of withheld forgiveness festered in your father's heart, hardening it, leading to a chain of bitterness that poisoned generations. You will witness the cosmic calculus of your existence, a fractal expansion of consequence that stretches to the end of time. This is the audit of the talents on a universal scale. You invested your life force, and now you see the compounded interest, both positive and negative, across the entire network of humanity. The emotional and spiritual intensity of this experience will be so overwhelming that it will act as a refining fire, burning away the dross of illusion, pride, and self-deception. Your ego, the constructed identity you fought so hard to protect, cannot survive this total searing honesty. It will shatter, but this shattering is not the end. It is the necessary prelude to the final, most controversial, and most breathtakingly hopeful mystery of all, the opening of the final book, the Book of Life, and what its inscription truly means for the fate of your consciousness. And this is where we approach the ultimate secret, the truth that has been hidden in plain sight since the foundation of the world, a truth that will challenge everything you thought you knew about heaven, hell, and the very nature of God's victory. The final book, the Book of Life, is not simply a roster of the saved and the unsaved. That is a childish understanding. The prophet Ezekiel gives us a staggering clue when he recounts God's promise, "I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh." This is not merely a poetic sentiment, it is a precise description of a spiritual surgical procedure that occurs in the white-hot furnace of the great unveiling. The playback of your life, the feeling of every consequence, is the instrument God uses to perform this heart transplant. The heart of stone is your hardened, separate, self-justifying ego. The excruciating pain of this experience is not a punishment inflicted from without. It is the inevitable agony of that stone heart being shattered by the weight of its own truth. It is the pain of realizing in every fiber of your being the full extent of your complicity in the world's brokenness. This is the second death, the death of the false self. But for those whose names are written in the Lamb's Book of Life, this death is not an annihilation. It is the birth pangs of the true self, the self that was created in the image of God, the self that can finally stand in the unshielded presence of pure love, because all that was incompatible with love has been burned away. The fire that consumes is the same fire that purifies. This is the shocking universalist adjacent hope that the greatest saints have whispered about, that the wrath of God is the love of God, experienced by an unprepared heart. That hell itself may not be a place God sends you, but a state of being you choose through resistance to this refining fire, a resistance that can, theoretically, persist for ages. But the love of God is a relentless hound of heaven that never stops pursuing, and the fire of his presence will burn until the last vestige of the heart of stone, in every creature, in every dimension, is finally and completely transformed into a heart of flesh. This is the ultimate victory of Christ, not to save a few select souls from a burning world, but to redeem and restore all of creation from the inside out, to become all in all. But to grasp the full, terrifying, and glorious scope of this restoration, we must now journey back to the very beginning, not just of humanity, but of the cosmos itself. We must delve into the pre-Adamic history, into the rebellion of the celestial beings, and into the reason why this entire, elaborate, painful process of questions and refinement was necessary in the first place. The questions Jesus asks are not arbitrary. They are the precise antidote to a cosmic poison that was released at the dawn of time, a poison that infected reality itself. The next part of our journey will reveal a hidden war that has been raging in the dimensions around us, a war over the legal title to this planet, and how your life is a single crucial data point in the divine lawsuit to win it back. What you are about to hear will connect the dots between fallen angels, ancient genetic manipulation, and the true hidden purpose of the nation of Israel, revealing a narrative so vast it will make every history book you've ever read seem like a footnote. The story is about to get much, much bigger, and the role you play in it is more significant than you have ever dared to dream. So now you know. The journey we have taken together has stretched from the silent, awe-inspiring throne room of judgment to the very fabric of the cosmos itself. We have stood on the road to Emmaus and felt the gentle, probing question, "What are you discussing?" We have felt the piercing gaze of Christ as he asks for the sources of our beliefs. We have been confronted with the profound simplicity of what things, challenging us to see his hand in every moment of our lives. We have trembled under the weight of the ultimate inquiry of the heart. Do you love me? A question that meets us in our brokenness and demands an authentic response. We have faced the divine audit of our talents, The sobering reality that we are stewards of a sacred energy meant to be invested, not buried. We have been utterly humbled by the cosmic revelation of the sheep and the goats, discovering that every interaction with another human being is, in truth, a direct interaction with Christ himself. And we have been shattered by the final, unifying question: why are you persecuting me? A question that collapses all distance between our actions and their true target, revealing the mystical quantum entanglement of all souls in him. We have ventured further into the terrifying and glorious aftermath, the great unveiling where the full weight of our life's tapestry is felt from every perspective, a refining fire that burns away the heart of stone. We have glimpsed the breathtaking hope that the Book of Life represents not a mere roster, but the ultimate victory of a love so relentless it will pursue until every last vestige of resistance is transformed, until God is truly all in all. This is not theoretical. This is not a distant theology. This is your story. This is the story of why you are here, what you are made for, and the conversation that awaits you at the end of this life. The 7 questions are not waiting for you in the future. They are being asked of you now, in the choices you make today, in the love you withhold or give, in the talent you bury or invest in the stranger you see or ignore. And because this is happening now, your response must happen now. Do not let this revelation fade into the background noise of your life. This is your moment of divine interruption. This is your call to action. The enemy would love for you to click away, to file this under interesting and move on. But the Spirit of God is stirring within you, compelling you to do something. I'm calling you to a holy assignment. Right now, in the comments below, I want you to make your stand. Do not be a silent observer. This is your digital altar. I want you to do one of 3 things. First, write your personal confession. Be raw, be real. Confess the fear that has made you bury your talent. Confess the hardness of heart that has made you overlook the least of these. Confess your need for him. Second, write a short prayer, a prayer for a heart of flesh, a prayer for the courage to answer these 7 questions well with the life you have left. Or third, testify. Share what God has done in your life through this very video. Let your story of conviction and hope become a beacon for the next person who watches. But do not stop there. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. You have been given a powerful key tonight. You must not keep it to yourself. I am challenging you with a sense of holy urgency to share this video with at least 10 people. Send it to your family group chat. Post it on your social media. Email it to a friend who is searching, who is hurting, who needs to hear this message more than anything. Do not underestimate what God will do through your obedience. When you click share, you are not just sharing a video. You are releasing a divine tool. You are casting a stone into the pond of eternity, and the ripples will touch shores you may never see in this life. You are helping to spread God's teaching, to extend his blessing, to open the eyes of the blind and set the captives free. You are an active participant in the Great Commission, using the digital highways of our age to proclaim the eternal truth of Jesus Christ. Let this be the moment your faith moves from passive belief to active, world-altering force. Let the comment section below become a living scroll of repentance, prayer, and testimony. Let your social media feeds become a pulpit for the gospel. The 7 questions have been revealed. Now the world needs to hear them. The responsibility is ours. The time is now. Do not delay. Post your comment. Share this video. Become a part of the movement that helps prepare the world for the coming King.